people, it's your girl Adiola. Before I say anything else, I'm so excited to tell you that SendWave is now operating in Spain, Italy, and Ireland. Yes, so all my people in those countries, you can now send money for free to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda on your cell phones. Don't forget to enter my name Adiola as promo code before your first transaction. Otherwise you would lose the $10 that they're adding to your loved ones. Benny, this time around they said they're adding $10. So $10 of £10. I'm like, oh my God. So it's okay, you can pause the video if you need to download it so that you don't forget.
If China can control 1.8 billion people on social media, I've seen no reason why Nigeria should not attempt controlling only 180 million people.
Yeah. Madam First Lady, you want to control people further? You want your husband's government to control Nigerians? We have suffered. We are in a democracy where a government is elected to represent the interests of the people, not to control them. You were never elected to control us, madam. You need to understand that. Besides, you've also made it clear that you don't like to be controlled. Benny, and the other time that he said that you belong to the kitchen, wasn't it the same social media that you want to control? Wasn't it the same social media that was defending you? You didn't say at that time that they should control social media. Madam, if you or your husband need something else to control, why not control corruption in his government, Ben? Especially when the corrupt person is in APC, Mr. President's party, like Gonduye of Kano, who allegedly collected bribe, as seen in viral videos. Also, like the recently conducted Kogi election, where you also went to campaign for Yaya Bello. Can you imagine, madam? If you want us to emulate China, let's start by replicating how China hangs corrupt officials. Let's start from there. In fact, if we want to emulate China, madam, you and your husband, you will have to explain to us every time you travel abroad for treatment. You have to explain to us the money that you are spending, because they do that in China. Officials, they have to explain. Madam, if we want to copy China, let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. We cannot be picky in what we are copying from China. Actually, you see, please tell your husband to give us the roads that they have in China. So you understand? Tell him to also give us the electricity that he promised. Maybe he closed the border. Surely he can stop the importation of power generators as well and fix our electricity. A government that has not done anything for the people wants to control. Why would you even use that word control, Madam Aisha? Like, seriously, why would you? You disappointed mama. Madam, next time call me. I've told you several times that I'm on speed dial. Just call me before you say something like that. Next time that you cry out that your husband is being controlled by the cabal, or that he puts you in the kitchen, who is going to pity you when you want to control people? Who is controlling your own social media handles, madam? Benny, your Instagram, your everything. Who is controlling it? And speaking of control, who sent people to Shore in detention to negotiate his freedom? Do you know that Premium Times reported that Issa Funtua, a political associate of the president, Sam Amuka, the publisher of Vanguard newspaper, Unduka Obaigwena, the publisher of This Day, as well as the two spokespersons of Mr. President, that is Mr. Femi Adesina, Madam Gabashew, that they all went to see Shore to negotiate his freedom. Now, some of them are saying that it's not true, that they didn't go, but Funtua said that it's true. Also, Gabashew admitted that it's true that they went to see Shore, but he said that was shortly after he was arrested. Now, he said he went as a journalist, claiming that Buhari did not send him. I'm like, okay, now you identify as a journalist, Madam Gabashew. When we know that you are a presidential spokesperson, okay, there is God. Me, I really don't care who sent them. All I know is Shore has not been released. Shore has not been released. And I'm like, this is not right. It's not right.
That is not correct.
Thank you, Jare, Mr. Former President. Buhari, release the man. Release him.
I'm not going to make mistake of attempting to have a third term or whatever term.
Wait, why are we talking about third term, Mr. President?
Besides the age, I swore by the holy book I believe in that I will go by the Constitution. And the Constitution said 2 terms.
Oga Buhari, just so you know, nobody is expecting you to even think about third term at all. I don't even know why this is an issue. I beg. This one that he keeps talking about, the Constitution. I hope they're not trying to change the Constitution so that he will now say he's running third term based on the new Constitution. Because the devil is a liar.
And I can afford to be reckless because I'm not going to ask for anybody's vote.
He's not asking for anybody's vote. Thank God for that. That is good to know. Just make sure that you fulfill that promise, because you also said one time like this that you will not do second term. Here you are doing your second time, Mr. President. You know, you also said that you will put an end to medical tourism. You said no more going abroad for treatment in your own tenure. Ben, you've been to London now for treatment. We can't even count the number of times. One time like that, you spent 4 months at a time in a London hospital. You also said that you will end subsidy. For years, you were paying subsidy. You also said that there will be no corruption in your government. Please, don't even get me started on that one. Don't get me started. You know, you said that you've defeated Boko Haram. I don't know how many times you've told us you've defeated Boko Haram. Yeah, right. So you also said that you are not for some people, you are for everybody. Apparently the devil is like, so just keep this promise about not seeking a thought. Otherwise, Mr. President, Nigerians will show you their true colors. We will show you, baby. So I had my very first YouTube live interview last Thursday, and my guest was Natasha Akpoti, the SDP gubernatorial candidate in Kogi, and she was fire.
The problem here now is that we're not giving enough young people a chance to create the world they want to live in, the country they want to live in. I'm going to encourage young people anywhere you are. Listen, just go out there. Participate in election. Don't be afraid. Young men and women, the world is yours. Nigeria is yours to make, to shape. Don't let any voice intimidate you. Come out in your numbers. Support yourselves. And you know what? I realized that all that not young to run thing, it was just a lie.
Please watch that interview on my YouTube channel. She talked about the challenges that she has faced as a woman in Nigerian politics. She talked about how she spent over 200 million naira to run for Senate, to run for governor, and how she got the money. She also talked about Shore and the call for revolution. She talked about whether she would take on an appointment under Buhari's administration or not. And you know, the best part is, because we were live on YouTube, viewers like you were sending questions. They were typing in their questions in the comment section, and I was able to ask those questions while we were live with Natasha. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're yet to, so that you can be notified next time I have a live guest, in case you have a question that you want to ask. Those who subscribe are notified that we're going live. So you guys don't know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So this next video has been circulating on social media, and I thought I should talk about it. First of all, this is not an attack on people who bleach their skin, okay? It's a free world, and I'm not judging anybody. I have friends who bleach their skin, okay? So I don't judge. But I think that it's important for us to think deeply about the foundation of our definition of beauty. Like, who's telling us what is beautiful and what is not? And I'm talking about us black people, us Africans. In this video that I'm about to play, viewers' discretion advised, by the way, a woman is seen covered in some liquid substance that is peeling off a layer of her skin.
So your instant body wash, your whitening instant body wash, it's very, very effective. Just for 30k, the result is instant at House of Freedom Body Care and Spa.
Wow. First of all, wow. Okay. Did you see the skin literally peeling? I'm like, okay. And on a side note, the woman said that this only costs 30k, 30,000 naira. That's about $80, which makes me wonder what kind of substance they were using, whether it's healthy or not, because that's cheap. 30k. But you know, that's not the point. Skin bleaching in Africa can be traced back to colonization, projecting a white supremacist ideology that we Africans, we black people, that we were born inferior to white people. The same colonizers projected whiteness as the definition of beauty. Bleaching actually started among white people in England. They used to bleach using substances that were very, very harmful for themselves, because they believe the whiter you are, the paler you look, means that you're very rich, you can afford not to go and walk outside. And then they brought that mentality with them when they came to Africa for colonization. As a matter of fact, they were able to brainwash many by separating the light-skinned slaves from the dark-skinned slaves, making the light-skinned slaves walk indoors while the dark-skinned slaves had to walk outside in the hot sun. So you will think that this will make us revolt against seeing light-skinned people being treated better, but no. In fact, it's like we now believe what they told us. Despite the fact that colonization is over, the colonial mentality is still very much alive. Today, we black people, we Africans are the ones that are perpetrating this. You know, You can look at this woman or anyone who bleaches and say, how can you hate yourself so much that you have to peel off your own skin to feel beautiful? But just like the colonizers did, today in many African societies, we treat light-skinned people better than black-skinned people. A lot of African men who are dark-skinned themselves, so they will tell you they are looking for omopupa, mulatto. That means they are looking for light-skinned ladies. Many of our musicians would also use mainly light-skinned women in their music videos, as if black-skinned women are not beautiful. Also, when you apply for jobs in so many of our African societies, sometimes the interview is based solely on your skin color, which is really sad. Even from childhood, the way the society talks about a new child, you hear even women, they will say something like, your girl is very beautiful. If only she has her mother's complexion, she would have looked nicer because the mother is light-skinned. In fact, I've seen elderly women that will tell young girls, you need to start using nice cream so that your complexion can be light. Can you imagine? Now let me ask you guys, take a good look at this picture. Who do you think is more beautiful? Take a good look. Let me know in the comment section below, but just so you know, it's the same person. And if you ask me, I would say the dark-skinned version of her looks more beautiful. That, by the way, is Tenny Coco, a Nigerian makeup artist who used to bleach her skin. And then she stopped. And now she's back to her natural complexion, which is what you're seeing in this picture. That's before and after. Find her on Instagram, by the way, Tenny Coco. She's very open about this. She said, I imagine how I would look 10 to 15 years from now if I had continued to bleach my skin. I did it and I still have so much regret. It's not worth it. Many people don't know that being dark-skinned is actually a blessing. Like, for real, it means that you are at an advantage due to the high amount of melanin produced in your skin. The purpose of melanin is to absorb and protect the skin from the UV rays of the sun, which is very harmful. So the darker your complexion, the less likely you are to suffer from skin damage, premature aging, and skin cancer. There's a reason why they say that black don't crack. Melanin is the reason why a lot of black people don't age as quickly as light-skinned people. When you bleach, if you're out in the sun, you feel the heat more, which is why many light-skinned people use sunscreen. And I'm not saying that sunscreen is only meant for white people, but they get burnt easily. They get burnt more quickly than black people. It's like God has given us natural sunscreen, The way God made it, it even regulates itself. Sometimes our complexion may change a little depending on the season of the year. Whenever I'm in Nigeria, for example, I get tanned. I can only use my powder for the first 2 days. That's it. By then, I'm tanned. You will think I'm borrowing a lighter skin person's powder. Even in the summertime here in the US, my complexion gets tanned. And then in wintertime, it changes again. That happens to a lot of people, not just me. I have a friend who has 2 different powder palettes, one for winter, one for summertime, because her complexion changes as well. Let me know if you experience that as well. But I've never used any bleaching substance. And in fact, I use baby products because I believe I'm beautiful. Regardless of what anyone thinks of me, I'm exactly what God has in mind. Amen, somebody. And he makes absolutely no mistake. So plus, I'm aware of the side effects of bleaching. So there is no need. Whoever doesn't like you the way God made you will not be satisfied. Even if you change your skin color, they will find something else that you need to change. Maybe the size of your breast or something. They will always find something else, or your lip, Now, I'm sure that you guys have seen the pictures and videos of this woman who changed her skin color to black. Her name is Martina Big.
Here's Martina Big has radically altered her appearance in order to become a black woman.
When I was younger, I admired the curves of Pamela Anderson. My next step is going to pump up my lips also. My eye color has changed, my eyebrow color has changed, and I can feel in myself that I'm changing to a black woman. I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them.
She had several injections and spent thousands of dollars. She has already spent more than $65,000, by the way, to change her complexion, the size of her breast, and many other things in her body.
How are you going to sleep?
Actually, I'm sleeping on the back. And when I'm going to the side, I need a pillow here and 2 pillows here. On the belly, I need 2 or 3 pillows here and 2 pillows here.
Bum implants, you want to have the biggest bottom also?
This is how Martina used to look before she started all the surgeries. I thought that she looked beautiful. Today, in my opinion, I don't think she looked like the 31-year-old that she is. I don't think that she looks 31, and I think it has to do with all the surgeries. And I'm not judging her. I'm just saying that there are side effects to trying to change yourself. Now, the same way some of you will look at Martina and say, what was she thinking? That's the same way some people would look at dark-skinned, beautiful dark-skinned people who decided to bleach their skin. Like, for real. It's like, why would anybody want to do this to themselves? So when the video of the skin bleaching surfaced and people were attacking the beautician, her name is Farida, she responded.
You slide into my DM, you're asking me, what's that thing? Do you have to do training? If you don't go and block yourself on my Instagram, I will munch all of you. Since yesterday, you'll be saying a whole lot of things about me. Because you don't know that skin thing that I did, you understand? My client actually asked for instant whitening, and I sourced for it, and I delivered. Now you are saying it's skin cancer. Now you are saying it's skinny con.
Auntie Farida, somebody has upset Auntie Farida. Nigerians, better mind yourselves. Why are you upsetting Auntie Farida? Auntie Farida, you are the one doing better. You were the one peeling the skin. It's okay. Apparently, some people are now bleaching baby skin in Nigeria. Okay, so that is where I also draw the line. Like Kate Henshaw said, how dare you bleach a baby skin? So I actually want to thank some Nigerian celebrities who did not bleach their skin. Like, seriously, thank you Tiwa Savage, thank you Tools, thank you Genevieve, Kate Henshaw, Funke Akindele, Stephanie Linus, thank you Kenyan Lupita Nyong'o, thank you South African Maggie Benedict, thank you Ugandan Anne Kansime, and on and on. I really admire these women. I mean, they are so beautiful. Black is beautiful. Like, for real, black is beautiful. Okay, your skin color, whether light skin or black skin, doesn't make you inferior to anybody, and it doesn't make you superior to anybody. Having said all that, some people will say it's just a skin color, which is true, which is why I said it's a free word and I'm not judging anybody. I just wanted to talk about the root cause of wanting to bleach. So for those who have bleached their skin, please share your experience in the comment section. Do you have any regrets at all? Do you ever wish that you could go back or not? I know this is a very controversial issue, and so I want to beg you guys, when you comment, please be nice. I want to beg you guys not to be abusive in your comments. Be kind, because you don't know the struggles that some people have faced. You may not be bleaching, but you may be doing other things that may not be good to your body. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Now, moving on to Ethiopia. The people of southern Ethiopia's Sidama region have voted in a referendum to create a new regional state along ethnic lines.
The sun hadn't yet risen on the city of Hawassa that long queues were already forming outside polling stations. A massive turnout that showcased the historic importance of this referendum for the Sidama people.
Making it the 10th state in Ethiopia. Right now they have 9, giving them control over local taxes, education, security, and certain legislation. Now the Sidama people have been calling for this for decades.
Ethiopia is currently partitioned into 9 semi-autonomous regions, which are largely divided along tribal lines. For years, they've called for the creation of a 10th region, which would grant them their own budgets, the ability to collect taxes, and to change the official language.
The only issue is, now that they have their own state, other ethnic groups are also asking for their own federal state.
Critics fear that Wednesday's referendum will encourage the more than 80 ethnic groups scattered across the country to push for more autonomy. At least 10 other groups and tribes have already launched self-determination procedures similar to that of the Sidama.
Now, let me know what you guys think about this, because Ethiopia has about 80 ethnic groups. The Sidamas are the 5th largest ethnic group, more than 3 million people. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to Kenya, an elderly woman who has performed female genital mutilation on more than 1,000 girls has become an advocate against the practice of FGM. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Elizabeth Chipkora said that for 10 years, parents will bring their girls for her to court. Sometimes husbands will bring their wives to be caught. However, her husband did not support the practice of FGM. So for years, both of them would fight whenever she caught another girl. She said that seeing the girls bleed without any medication being offered to them always made her feel guilty. But the money that she was paid excited her. And how much was it? 200 shillings, which is about $1.50. The other thing is, she said that she was spending the money on alcohol so that she won't think about what she was doing. She also said that she performed the practice mainly under the influence of alcohol. I was like, what? So when a 15-year-old pregnant girl was brought by her parents to be caught as a punishment for her pregnancy, and she didn't only bleed, but the girl actually passed out and went into coma, that was when Elizabeth said that she ran away and hid herself in the bush for days. Thank God that they took that girl to the hospital where they stopped the bleeding and she survived. But after that incident, Elizabeth learned about the side effects of FGM, the physical, mental, psychological effect, as well as the effect on the reproductive system. And that was what turned her into an advocate. Today, she's educating other women about the dangers of FGM and stopping them from cutting young girls. We're so happy, we're so proud of her. You guys not know much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So it's Christmas season, guys, and a company called Desto Blingy contacted me that they are offering a 70% discount on all the pieces of jewelry on their website if you use the promo code Adiola. I was like, wait, what? 70%? They said yes, so just for your viewers. I said, for that. And you know, they are also adding free shipping to those living in the US. So I checked out their website and I love the products, especially the necklace with the praying hand and the one with the African pendant. They have all kinds of designs. Just make sure that when you go on their website, you click on the Keeping It Real with Adiola at the top of their homepage so that you can see all the ones that are discounted. Also, don't worry about the price when you get on their website. It is when you get to the checkout and when you enter the promo code Adiola, suddenly the price will go down by 70%. I'm really grateful that they decided to give you guys 70%. So make sure that you go on their website. However, this is temporary. So get it while the discount lasts. So don't say I did not tell you anything. Thank you so much. We are very grateful. Also, if you want custom-made men's apparel, please contact The Cob. They are based in Lagos, Nigeria. You can find them on Instagram and also you can visit their website. Also, this is their phone number and they ship abroad as well. Above all, they are very affordable. Please check out their website on Instagram. You will not be disappointed. I was like, okay. In fact, quite a way is in love with all the designs. So don't forget that if you live in Ireland, Spain, and Italy, that you can now use SendWave. Don't forget to enter my name Adela as promo code before your first transaction. Otherwise, you would lose the $10 that they are adding to your loved ones. So don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to. Alright, y'all, it's been real and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, I'm gonna see you later. Peace out.